Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Today we'll be talking about food safety part 2, meat temperature and vegetable washing techniques. Let's start with meat temperature. When you're cooking any meat product, you always have to make sure they're at their correct internal temperature. Each meat is different, and therefore each of their different internal temperatures when cooking is different. If it's not at the correct internal temperature, it can cause a foodborne illness. This is a meat thermometer. It's a tool that helps us read the internal temperature of meat.
That's a thermometer.
Yeah, a meat thermometer. It helps you tell the meat's correct internal temperature. What you see here is a dial.
It looks like a compass.
Well, if it was, it had north, south, east, and west on it. Yeah. This device allows you to tell how the meat's internal temperature is correct or not. How it works is, you take this meat thermometer and poke it right into the center of the meat. Not at the top, not at the bottom, but at the center. That's how you get your reading. If it's on the correct internal temperature, like 145 or 160 or even 170, then your meat is well cooked. If it's not, it needs more time. Anyway, this thing can be used This thing can be used multiple times when in the kitchen. We should always clean it first from the needle. Also, you should place this in a cup of cold water in order to recalibrate it. Because it could get stuck in the temperature it's in, and the readings will be all wrong. These are a list of different kinds of meats and different internal temperatures it should be cooked at. For example, beef. Beef. If you're cooking a rare burger, it should be at 120 degrees Fahrenheit eternally. Medium rare, 130. Medium rare, 130. Medium, 140. Medium well, 150. If it needs to be well done, it should be at 155. And for using, not yet, Garrett. If you're using ground beef, like you're making tacos or hamburgers, the internal temperature should be at 160 degrees Fahrenheit. The other kind of meat is poultry, like chicken or turkey, or duck or goose. Whatever you prefer. Anyway, when you're cooking a bird like these, you should take a look at the white meat. Those are the breasts. The white meat should be at 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And you should also check the dark meat, which is like the thighs or the legs, or the wings. The dark meat should be at 165 degrees Fahrenheit internally. If you're making chicken or turkey burgers using ground poultry, the internal temperature should be the same as the dark meat, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. There's also lamb, like lamb chops. Well, if you're cooking lamb chops at medium rare, the internal temperature should be at 125 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're cooking it at medium, 130. Medium well, 145. If you're cooking it well done, it should be internally 150. If you're cooking with ground lamb, the internal temperature should be 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Next is seafood. Now this part's a little more complicated. Now seafood's a little more complicated because there are many kinds of fish and crustaceans in the sea. Like if you're cooking fish with fins, and after you defin and debone them, its internal temperature should be 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Shellfish are another story, like shrimp, lobster, crabs, and scallops. You basically have to cook them until its flesh is white and opaque, whatever it says. Okay. Now, if you're cooking clams or cooking mollusks like clams, oysters, and mussels, you basically cook until the shell's open. Okay. Now we've covered meat temperature. Let's talk about vegetable washing techniques. Now vegetables are good for a growing body, but before you cook or eat them raw, you should wash them. Mainly because the germs and dirt from the farm and pesticides from the farm they came from are still on them. So it's always important to wash them first. And I don't mean with soap and water, because that's what you do with your hands. And just like the meat, there are many types of vegetables, each with a different washing technique. We have leafy greens, root vegetables, beans and legumes, squashes, and tomatoes. Each with a different type of washing technique. The first one we'll talk about are leafy greens, like spinach, kale, or lettuce. Now, just to let you all know, the vegetables I'll be presenting are not for eating or making, but mainly cautionary examples. Mainly they're made to be for example only. First, when you wash, before you wash, you have to separate the leaves. In lettuce case, you have to take the outer leaves out. They don't contain dirt. Do you leave? No, the vegetables I'll be presenting are for example only. Yes. Then you wash the leaves in a bowl of water. Next, you swish the leaves in the water very gently. Then using a colander, you use a colander to separate the leaves from the water. This is a colander. You rinse the leaves in the colander under running water. Then we use either a salad spinner or a dry towel to dry the leaves off. This is a salad spinner.
Good invention.
Yeah, basically how it works is you put the leaves in green basket. Close the top. Turn. No, like this.
That's good blending.
Yeah, except it doesn't blend anything. Just dries leaves.
But you should make more soup.
Root vegetables. These consist of radishes, carrots, fennel, beets, celerites, turnips, and rutabagas, and parsnips. Or most commonly, a potato.
I like big potatoes. I like to do with them. You know, when you cook them.
Yeah.
You cook them.
First, we rinse the loose stir under cool running water. Then we use a clean produce brush to scrub the vegetable. This is a produce brush. And like so. You scrub.
It's germ broth.
Bingo. Yes. Yes. Good job, Robert.
Thank you.
And while doing this, you have to pay attention to any crevices. And when that's done, you rinse under running water, and pat it dry. Next are beans and legumes. These include kidney beans, white beans, black beans, red beans, lentil beans, any other kind of beans, including green beans. First, you sort the beans for debris. So place the beans in a colander. Of course, you're gonna have to want to open the can first. Then we rinse the beans under cool running water. And after that, we dry them with a clean towel. Or in this case, you put them in a pot. Start cooking. Next are squash vegetables. Like zucchini, squash vegetables like zucchini, yellow squash, pumpkin. Or pumpkins.
That's apple.
No, that's
onion.
This is another squash vegetable. A cucumber. So for squash vegetables, you rinse them under cool running water. Then rub it with your hands to remove dirt. Then use a clean produce brush again. If that doesn't work, you use a clean produce brush for those stubborn spots. Yes. Then we dry with a clean towel.
That's a big one.
And lastly, the humble tomato. Now tomatoes are an easy one. You first rinse the tomatoes under cool running water. Then we gently rub the tomatoes to remove dirt and residue. Right? Because tomatoes are very fragile. So you shouldn't rub them too hard. Then lastly, we rub them dry. Alright, this concludes my presentation on meat temperature and vegetable washing.